Two consecutive stories from the classic era of Doctor Who that have always captivated me are Logopolis and Castrovalva, broadcast in 1981 and 1982 respectively, both written by Christopher H. Bidmead. These stories chronicle the pivotal regeneration from the 4th to the 5th Doctor. But what fascinates me most is how these stories prioritise atmosphere over plot. In Logopolis, there's a pervasive sense of foreboding, a dark inevitability that underscores the Doctor's resignation to his fate. The notion of entropy functions as a major plot device, but is also presented as an emotional condition as the 4th Doctor's tenure draws to its natural conclusion. The music, the slow pacing, the Doctor's introspective demeanour all make the story feel almost funereal. Tension in the narrative is communicated more from the story's tone and atmosphere than from its plot mechanics. And by this point, the 4th Doctor had ceased to be the exuberant bohemian wanderer of his early adventures. He's in his twilight years, and Logopolis makes us feel this. The systems are faltering, the structures are collapsing. It's almost a meta-textual comment on the show itself. And the story occupies a liminal space, a moment of stillness before the Doctor and Doctor Who must inevitably change. The climactic confrontation with the Master, culminating in the Doctor's fall from the Pharos Project radio telescope, is underwhelming, yet strangely fitting. And it could be read that the Doctor almost seems to let go deliberately, allowing himself to fall, as though he's accepting his fate, like a measured surrender, reinforcing the theme of inevitability and closure. I think a more bombastic finale would have felt tonally inconsistent. And Castrovalva, by contrast, introduces a dreamlike quality. Where Logopolis feels terminal, Castrovalva feels disorienting. It's an Escher-esque landscape that becomes a metaphor for the process of regeneration itself. The 5th Doctor tries to navigate a world folding in on itself as he searches for coherence and identity. And this depiction of regeneration marked a significant new direction for the series. Whereas previous regenerations had been experienced from an external perspective, through the eyes of the companion or the brigadier, here the tone and atmosphere of the story reflect the Doctor's own experience. The audience shares the foreboding and the disorientation. We feel the emotional undercurrents that accompany his transformation. Together, Logopolis and Castrovalva introduce a more introspective and thematically ambitious approach to regeneration. They use tone and mood to immerse the audience rather than grandiose plot. The stories take abstract concepts such as entropy and disorientation and recursion, and it forms them into emotional and existential themes that draw us into the Doctor's own experience. And I think these stories have such an impact because they speak to the universality of change. They remind us to embrace the uncertainty, to embrace the lost, the unknown, because ultimately change is how we endure and how we grow.